My question is around um, how to assess if you can add a third room to a house. So a lot of the properties that I'm looking at are 2-1s, but are in the like 12 to 1300 square foot range. And I feel like that's a big house for 2 rooms. And I'm interested to hear how do you either whether that's looking at pictures or whatnot, or are you just kind of delegating that to a project manager who gives on the ground boots on the ground feedback to you or whatnot? And how do you kind of assess, could I get this up to 3-1? And then if so, could that make my numbers more favorable or whatnot as you do some deal assessments?
Yeah, that's a good question, because it directly impacts your return, right?
Yes.
You end up getting a lot more rent than you would if, and to a certain extent, bathrooms don't matter, right? If you're renting to HUD or Section 8 tenants on the HUD voucher program, that valuation is determined by how many rooms there are, not how many bathrooms there are. So this is, you can't just throw a blanket over it and say that any house that's a 2-1, 1200 plus, you could definitely do it. But I do like that, like as a rule, if you're looking at a 2-1 that's got 1200 square feet or more, it's at least an option, right? So my process for evaluating it is pictures are hard. Pictures are hard because it's difficult to piece them together and understand the flow of a house. Everything can look pretty, but then you walk in and it feels different, right? So videos are really helpful for that. Your project manager sending you videos, or your contractor, or whoever it might be, your agent sending you videos. I like to rely on their expertise for this question. So I'll say, are we able to, like, what would it take to add a bedroom to this house? Is there an extra living space? Is there, in a situation that isn't going to make you walk through one bedroom to get to another bedroom? You know what I mean? Yep. So I would ask that question to my agent or the person that's walking the property for me and the contractor, because if it's going to cash flow okay at 3-bed, 1-bath, and you're going to need to put in an extra $25,000, is it going to cash flow enough to really cover that investment, make it worth it? I don't know. It would depend on what the rest of the economics of the deal is. But what I rely on is video. And then I will ask my experts. So my contractor, how much would it cost to put in an extra bedroom here? And then my agent or project manager, I'm more specifically asking them, does it look like structurally we would be able to make that happen from a flow or layout perspective? Now, another way that you can do that is if you've got a 2-1 that has a carport, that is, it's not a garage, but it's a carport that you can block in and wall off, you can add a third bed that way. So if it's a 2-1, 850 square foot house with a carport or with a garage, you can turn that into a third bedroom pretty easily. I mean, it just costs money, right? You just got to ask, how much is this going to cost? And is it going to end up returning the rent that I really want?